Welcome to the GuideWell Insights Lounge. This is Kate Warnock coming to you from day 2 of the Synapse Summit here in Tampa. I'm delighted to bring our next guest, Mr. Shilen Patel. Shilen, welcome to the interview.
Hi, thank you, Kate. Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you. So Shilen, you are the CEO at the HealthAxis group. In looking in your background, Shilen, I know that you have really deep expertise in the health technology space. I was wondering if you could kind of tease out, what do you think is the technology that is going to emerge as the one that's really going to be the game changer in this system? What's going to make care more efficient and affordable?
Well, I think there's a temptation to think about something that's kind of very sexy and kind of front and center. And I began my career with electronic medical records, and I thought that was going to be the transformative technology.
Right.
I learned a hard lesson in how the world of healthcare works and how payers and providers and patients need to be working together, and that you can't really just innovate one segment of the chain.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that that's really important. I think GuideWell is a recognition of that phenomenon, that you cannot just say, oh, well, let me introduce an app, or let me introduce a tool into the doctor's office. It has to handshake with what the payers are doing. Everything has to be a collaborative effort. So I think that what's really transformative in healthcare that's happening now is these collaborative models, whether it's shared risk, whether it's these various types of partnerships that are going on out there. And what I find is that when the payer and the provider in particular are in sync,
right,
then a lot of the innovation that helps the patient, it can come through. And so I think that strong relationship between all the stakeholders in healthcare and really systems that enable that, because the old world of mainframes and servers and all of that, it wasn't as connected a world as was needed. So I think that the issue is not so much innovation as it is integration, interoperability, adoption, and really having the courage and the frameworks to be able to pilot good ideas and find the winners and champion the winners and elevate them.
Great response, great response. Not something that we've heard necessarily a lot about from the Synapse Summit, so I'm glad that you bring that perspective here. So, Shilen, you are also the chairman of the Tampa Bay Angel Fund.
Mm-hmm.
How is your fund different, and what makes a startup a good fit for your backing?
Well, I think that when you look at the mission of Tampa Bay, it is to foster and enhance the entrepreneurial ecosystem of this area, of this region. And so there's a few legs to that. There's mentorship, there's funding, and then there's there's introductions, opportunities, those types of things. And so I think this was putting our money where our mouth is on the funding side. And we really try to focus. We try to keep the majority of the funds directed towards startups that are either founded in Central Florida, growing heavily in Central Florida, or who are going to use a Central Florida Tampa Bay connection in order to be able to achieve the next level. We look at the backing of our limited partners, and we have a lot of people in healthcare and hospitality and and a few other key industries. And so we're trying to look for people that can be boosted not just by our capital, but by the relationships that we bring, by the programming that Ty does. So we're trying to bring a big return back for the investors, but it's a little bit more of a mission-minded fund in terms of where we try to distribute the capital and how we try to utilize our influence.
Terrific. Good to know that that's another option for folks who are coming here to Tampa Bay looking to really start their business. All right, my last question for you, Shilen.
Mm-hmm.
How will Florida be ranked as an innovation leader in the next 3 to 5 years? And what do you think is the biggest hurdle that we'll need to clear to get there?
Well, I've lived in Florida since I was 2 years old, and I've always felt like it's a dynamic state. In just the time that I've lived here, it's completely transformed. And so I think that the transformative potential and just the mindset of people who live in this state and who come to this state is such that we can move faster than most other parts of the country. This is a place where people come, I think, with a pioneer mindset, or with a mindset to kind of go out, to come and do something. And people who grow up here, they observe that and they feel like they can do all kinds of things. And so I think this is the right environment. I think it's one of the most ready environments in the country for a strong innovation ecosystem, and a place where people can try and collaborate and do all of the incredible things that make it possible.
Absolutely. Well, Shilen, I think that that's what we have heard so much in this Insights Lounge as we bring in the guests, is that really Tampa Bay and Florida on the larger scale is just ready to just launch itself really into the next tier of being an innovation hub. So thank you for doing your part to get it there.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Kate.
All right, my pleasure. Shilen, thanks for joining us. This is Kate Warnock. Thanks for watching.